up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. I got 3 rows for you today. All of them are in the gi, and we are all blue belts in this video, I believe. So you'll see as we go, but I kind of tried to piece together some older clips and kind of reflect during the video. So hopefully you guys will like what I'm doing here. So first thing I noticed here is, well, in general, I gotta kind of stop accepting being in people's guard and kind of fight to get out of it. So luckily he opened his guard up, and you see me, I'm kind of getting my grips that I want. So I have one collar grip and the other one was on his knee, and I did a little X pass. I was just waiting for the right opportunity after I got the grips, and as soon as he kind of opened his knees up, I removed my leg that I had between his knees and went for a little X pass. So right here, I'm just kind of like I'm digging for a underhook and trying to maintain that knee on belly. See right there? Yeah, I don't want to get back in his gut. So again, right here, I'm just kind of maintaining position. And one more thing that I noticed after watching these videos, my side control is not that much pressure. I got to work on that too. So right there, you saw I kind of attacked the key lock, and that kind of exposed his other arm for the arm bar. Stepped my leg over and ended up in the spider web position, I think it's called. So right here, and this is like the first roll of the day. So I had some strength, some energy, and I kind of just yanked on that opposite elbow to straighten both of his arms out. So we reset right here, and let's see. So it looks like I'm just kind of feeling out. All right, and right there, as soon as I see like that elbow kind of get away from his body, for whatever reason, now I'm starting to like almost just react without even thinking. Once I see that elbow get away from the body, I'm going for the Kimura. Not necessarily a Kimura finish, but the Kimura grip. That's something that I'm kind of getting familiar with. Once I get the grip, sometimes I can turn it into, I can kind of end up on the back or end up in the arm bar position, or actually finish the actual Kimura sometimes, whether it's from the bottom or top. But all of that starts from getting the Kimura grip. So right here, originally I was trying to go for his left arm, but you'll see me reach under with my left arm. I'm in his collar right there. And I was going for like a paper cutter choke, or a version of it anyway, a variation of it. But he did a good job of sticking his right hand in there to kind of interrupt that choke that I was attempting. So right here, that was a good shrimp right there, and he was able to recover back the guard. So here's what I mean about me going back. So right here, that was me as a white belt a few years ago, and compared to this one here, I actually made a mistake as a blue belt. In that video that I just cut to, I was actually in his quarter guard, but right here I was kind of more so like in the deep half from the top. So when I did the roll, I essentially just pulled him on top of me. And right now I'm just trying to think like, how can I get out of the position? But it looks like if I was him right here, I would just unhook my left leg. If I was him, if he would have just unhooked that left leg, he would just basically have me in half guard, or side control rather. But he kind of did what I just did to him essentially, and pulled me on top of him. So right here I'm kind of getting settled in, and I noticed that that right shoulder of his is kind of inviting a head and arm choke. And if I was him, I would kind of try to get my right elbow to the mat, because right now it's like the danger is like right there.
Hi, Mom.
He said, "Hey, Mom," to the camera. So hopefully he gets a chance to watch the video and see that. So right there, right from the head and arm choke, as he turns, I try to get the Ezekiel. And usually, a lot of times I can finish that, but right here I didn't quite have my hand deep enough in my sleeve, so I wasn't able to kind of pull on it as hard as I could without kind of pulling on my own fingertips. I wanted to get my hand deeper in my collar. I'm sorry, not my collar, in my sleeve. Wasn't able to do that, but that roll ended there, and the second roll is here. And I do apologize in advance. This video here, or I'm sorry, this roll was a little bit shorter. We had like a 5-minute roll, but we ended up rolling out of frame, which I cut out. We rolled out of frame for maybe a minute and a half or so. But I cut that part of the roll out, so it's a little bit shorter. But right here, he gets to, I'm not sure what the name of this sweep is called, but if you know, please leave it down in the comments. He like steps over and he goes to both of his knees, and he ends up with my knee as a grip with his right hand. And I wasn't able to turn back into him because again, he had that grip on my right knee. So that was a nice sweep. So right here, something else that I noticed about me when I'm rolling and looking back at these videos, sometimes I'm so focused on passing in one direction, I just totally ignore, other options. And it's a good example of that right here in a second. So I'm really focused on like a knee cut right here. What I really want is a knee cut. But if I were to just take my right knee and put it on the opposite side of him, I would be in his like quarter guard kind of. If I took my right knee and basically put it on the ground to the opposite side, I would be sitting in his quarter guard, and then I can kind of force to the mount or whatever. But it's a lot better position than I'm in right now. Right now I'm kind of just forcing it because I couldn't get my right foot out. So I'm kind of going for like, lazy chokes. That's not even a real threat, honestly, that choke that I'm kind of going for there. So I decided to backstep. I'm not sure where I was going with that. And I think he's going to just come up and sweep me. Oh, he ends up on top. Is he going to? Yeah, he just swept me right there. And luckily I was able to get him in my guard. And we reset from him in my guard. And let's see. So from here, looks like I had the double sleeve grips right there, and I was hoping that he would try to stand up and I could kind of take him over the top. But he had good balance there. But I was able to get my left foot up and over his shoulder. So again, got the one arm in, one arm out. And that's pretty much a triangle setup. But he did a good job of like stacking me and not just settling in. And anytime I get in this kind of stalemate triangle position, I'm always thinking, omoplata, or that left hand of his is kind of on my right pocket. I start to try and like maybe attack Kimuras from there too. But the time ran out, and we are on to the third roll for the day. And if you've been watching my videos, we actually rolled a few different times on my channel. And I think one of them was, he was still a white belt, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But so again, there it is. As soon as I feel or see that elbow kind of get away from their body while they're sitting down and I'm standing up, I just naturally, it's almost like an instinct now that I go for like that rolling Kimura. Doesn't even have to be a rolling Kimura, but anytime I see someone's elbow get away from the body, I just automatically think Kimura. So he did a good job of retaining his guard right there, real good job. And he kind of put that butterfly hook in with his left foot there. And he starts kind of fighting in my collar. And I'm going to just speed it up a little bit right here because we spent like a minute or so just kind of grip fighting. And I was just kind of trying to avoid him from getting too deep into my collar. But he ended up getting into my collar. And I'll do a little flashback again here in a second. But he looked like he was going for, he was definitely going for a baseball bat choke. So he has the grips. You can't really see it, but he has the baseball bat grips in my collar. And you can see me with my right foot. I'm just trying to stay knee on belly because I don't want him to go belly down. And this is something that I learned. I forget who told me that, but it seemed to work. If you have any other kind of defenses for the knee on belly, leave that down in the comments. But basically, essentially, that's what I was trying to do there. Once he had the grips in my collar, I just wanted to keep that knee on belly on him so that he wouldn't go belly down and finish. Now here, this is a video from, I think I was still a blue belt here. But this is maybe, 8 months ago to a year prior to the video that we were just watching. and I didn't know to go knee on belly. So you see here, I just kind of went over, allowed him to go belly down, and he finished. So my right knee right there, boom. I should be trying to go knee on belly, not allowing him to go belly down, but I didn't. And he ended up finishing that baseball bat choke there. And you can go back and watch that entire video. The title was right there in the video. So back to this roll. And if you ever want to roll with somebody who doesn't like the tap, or you really have to have a legit submission, this is it right here. Now look at this. I have, I'm kind of building the submission as we go. I'm looking for the triangle, obviously. You know, he has his left arm out and his right arm and head is in. So I'm trying to lock this triangle up. So right here, boom. Okay, so I have my ankles crossed. That's step one. Step two, I want to slide my, my shin down to the back of my knee. I'm getting closer. You see my ankles getting crossed. Boom. So now I have my my right ankle behind my left knee. And I'm like, okay, now all I need is my angle. Get my angle. Now I have the leg hooked. And I'm squeezing, and he just did not tap. He didn't tap. So eventually he ended up getting like that left foot of his over top of me and kind of bending me backwards, like kind of like a Boston crab almost. And I had to let go. Now, if you were watching earlier in this video, I'm going to do another little flashback here from earlier in this same exact video from that first roll. So you'll see my right leg, I'm trying to kick his knee out. He has really good balance here. The first time I missed. Second, I got it right on the knee. But again, he has really good balance and flexibility in the hips. And he didn't, he didn't allow me to sweep him. But right here on the right-hand side, not me, but on the right-hand side, he's doing what I was attempting to do just now. So he has that foot on the knee, and he ended up getting the sweep. That's what I was attempting to do there. But he did a good job of recognizing the position, and he kind of just fell right into some like straight ankle lock entries, I guess you would call it. I'm not that familiar with ankle locks and things like that. Again, if you watch my videos, you'll know that I'm a little familiar with it. I know like some of the basics, but right here I'm just trying to keep my toes pointed up as like a defense, and eventually I think I just figured forward my legs. No, I'm just kind of waiting to see which leg he's going to pick, because right now he's kind of got both legs. So he picks the left one, and I think I go like belly down. I'm aware of like a knee bar right there. And I spin out, and eventually I think the time is gonna run out here in a second. Let's see. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep the distance there. So that was that. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while since my last upload, but don't forget to like,